Today I want to talk about a brush set that is hiding in plain sight, the Legacy brush set. It is a brush set that comes default with Photoshop, and in this video I will quickly show you how to activate it, and the painting that you see me do has been done with the use of the Legacy brushes. I use a lot of them and I really like them, and yeah, they're default Photoshop brushes, so they're not custom or anything. You don't need to download it, you can just activate it within Photoshop. And how you do it, I'm gonna let you know now. To activate the Legacy brush set, you go into Photoshop, into your brushes menu, and then you see this little menu icon on the right. You click that icon and then you can select Legacy brushes, and that gives you a prompt: restore the Legacy brush set to the list of brush presets. And if you press OK, you get this list of Legacy brushes, and you can open this folder, and there are tons of folders inside with all the Legacy brushes. I used a couple of them, I experimented with others, but I found that 4 brushes are really my favorite ones from this set. I haven't experimented with all of them, so maybe there will be more in the future. But for now, my favorite ones are the large graphite brush. It's a really nice textured brush. The soft pastel brush with a bunch of texture as well. It's good for putting down landscape. Permanent marker has a slight texture on the edge, so it's nice for vehicle painting. And a chalk brush, I use that to block in the landscape. It's really good for landscape as well. So those are my 4 favorites for now, but I will definitely use more of them in the future. Yeah, there's a bit where I forgot to talk, so this is a good point for me to ask you to subscribe if you like the content and hit the like button. So yeah, I not only used brushes, of course, I also used the lasso tool and copied some stuff from the image. I used an image of a old vintage race car, an Audi something something. I probably should have checked that before I started recording this. But yeah, I really thought this is kind of cool if this could be some sort of a spaceship, a fighter, or something like that. So I grabbed that image, put it on the canvas, and started chipping away at it. I copied the grill a couple of times. I used them to sort of make air intakes, and I also put air intakes on the wings, but I ended up removing them because it didn't fit. It was too bulky, too clunky. I also added a chase vehicle, which I will remove later and put it back in at the end, because excuse me, because I thought to make this more action-like, it probably has something. There's something that needs to go on with this. So they maybe are fighting or something like that. So I decided to change the color. Didn't really know what to do at first, but I thought, you know what, an orange or a red is really nice. The orange is going to be much more vibrant fairly soon, because this wasn't really color that what I was going for. Here you see me check the color and changing the color with different layer settings, and now I'm like, oh, this is fairly nice. But you can see the grill and the air intakes are also really orange, but I changed that back later. You see me blocking out some details on the fighter, on the, what is it? Is it a jet? Is it a spaceship? I don't know, some sort of a fighter plane type thingy. So I had a little bit of difficulty designing out some features. It's definitely one of my weak points, to design vehicles. So I will practice that more in the future to get better at it. Here you see me change the grill back to more bluish or blackish color. I do it on the wings as well, but they end up getting deleted anyway, so that wasn't really necessary. But at this point I was still trying to keep those. Here you see me adding sort of light rings to the what was originally the wheels of the car, but I thought, wouldn't it be cool if they were sort of anti-gravity pads or something, like you have in the Matrix. The ships in the Matrix have these pads, and I thought it was really cool to maybe that's something why they can stay afloat quite easily, because they don't. It doesn't really have big wings, so it doesn't create that much lift, which wouldn't be a problem if it goes really fast. But maybe these pads also help it to go a lot slower. make it really maneuverable, because if you can change the pads, it will help maneuver. Here you see me deleting the big air intakes on the wings, and I thought it was a lot better for it. I'm still not very happy with the wings on this one, but it's okay. I designed a new chase vehicle, and I think that one turned out to be a lot better actually. But yeah, it's fine. Here you see me work on the attachment of the anti-gravity patch. I put those two in just as a sort of a placeholder for the future, to remind myself that I wanted to add some more vehicles in there. I ended up going for one instead of two because I thought two would mess up too much with the composition. But they are in on separate layers. They're turned off currently. They're in the little group called extras. They end on top of my layer. And in the end, I turned it on and made a new vehicle. Yeah, added another air intake on top of the tail. I think that's called the tail. And I thought it would be kind of cool if it's turning instead of the tail. I'm not sure if the motions that I do here with the flaps on the wings and the tail are correct with the flying position, but I'm not an expert on that. Maybe I should have checked that, but I think it looks kind of cool. So that was what I was going for, to make it look cool, make it look nice. To add some sort of holes for maybe for some guns. Maybe it has some light guns. It's being chased by a much heavier vehicle in the end with bigger guns. You'll see that fairly soon. So yeah, there's quite a lot going on. It took me quite a while, this one. I really struggled at first. The first like half an hour, no, even more. I think the first hour I was really like, oh, I don't know if it's going to work. But at this stage I was like, oh, this can actually work. I started to do some lighting effects on the anti-gravity pads, and gonna start doing some dirt that's being kicked up and stuff like that. And at this point I'm like, yeah, this could be cool. This could be nice. And then I worked for quite a lot longer on it. This was one of my most worked on pieces recently. I think I've worked on it for like 3.5 hours or something, which is huge for me. And I'm still working on making sure that I can work longer on pieces. I have severe ADD, and that doesn't really help. But I want to get better, and I want to get better at rendering as well. Not just ID generation, but I just want to put in the time. That's what I really want for this one. So I thought this is too cool to half-ass. So let's try to put in the work and really get going with this one. You see me use that charcoal brush one that I talked about in the beginning. Now I'm switched back to a soft brush, just cleaning up the wings, adding some more lighter areas on the plane or the fighter or whatever. Just from now on, it's really working on those details, and those go a long way. It changes the overall image quite a bit. It just makes it look a lot cleaner. I didn't really work on it on this part until now, sort of the attachment of the anti-gravity patch thingies. I just left them there. I used a car part to make those, and I decided they needed a little bit of cleanup. I didn't really fully design it out, so I leave a little bit to the imagination of the viewer. Kind of like that. This is not really a concept art or anything that I want to show to a 3D modeler, so it's fine to leave it a little bit unclear. I thought about adding motion blur. That is something you saw me do there, but I decided quickly that that wasn't really a good idea. So I got rid of it, and there we have the chase vehicle. Yeah, that's a lot of fun working on that one. Decided that it needed different color than the original vehicle, because it's an enemy faction or something, so made it more of a greenish bluish hue. At first I experimented with lasers, but that didn't really work, and then I found some cool bullet with a trace image on it, and that didn't work either. So in the end I decided to modify the brush and add a lot of spacing, as you can see me do here, sort of make those bullet trails, and I think in the end the effect was fairly decent. Maybe not be perfect, but I decided it needed more dirt to be kicked up, so where the bullets hit the ground, stuff like that, more dirt, more splashes, and there you see the cartridges of the bullets falling out of the plane. You can see that with those miniguns and stuff like that. You see this big stream of cartridges going falling from it, and I wanted to make that effect. Just not really clear, but so you can kind of see, if you know what's going on, you can sort of see it. Adding some more atmospheric perspective to the chaser plane, because it was a little bit too dark, the composition, and the rest is a little bit about cleaning up the landscape around it, just having fun. So that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can use the legacy brushes as well. They're really fun to work with, and they're default, so you don't need a fancy brush pack to enjoy them. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. I definitely did. I think it turned out really cool, and thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!